home values are up and mortgage rates remain at record lows. That's the recipe for taking some cash out to remodel, for dropping PMI, maybe paying off your loan a little faster, or just paying less to live in the same house. Stop procrastinating and start saving today by clicking on the blue button at ACCUNET.
Because we're all united in getting through this together. Bandages, the bruised face, and the faux broken nose. The Weeknd tells Variety his battered look while he promoted his new album After Hours was meant to reflect the absurd culture of Hollywood celebrity and people manipulating themselves for superficial reasons to please and be validated. The Weeknd will perform during the Super Bowl halftime show Sunday on CBS. He's postponed his After Hours World Tour, set to begin on the 14th because of the pandemic. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
A Pew Research survey shows 5% of U.S. adults who moved because of the pandemic in autumn were more likely to cite financial stress, such as job loss, as their top reason. Of those who moved in the spring, 3% cited fear of catching the virus as the most important reason. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
This is Chicago's all-news station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It's Friday, February 5th, and whether you're listening in real time at 105 or pre-recorded at 305, good morning. I'm Bob Conway. We have temperatures in the mid to upper teens now. The current wind chill is 1 below zero. AccuWeather says we will get down to 11 degrees for the early morning low, with those wind chills 10 below at times. Blustery, much colder later today. Clouds breaking for some sun. High today of 17 and zero wind chills periodically. We'll check the 5-day forecast in a few minutes. Our top local story on News Radio WBBM. Police in Lake Villa say the deaths of a man and his daughter appear to be a murder-suicide. The bodies were found in the father's home on Briar Ridge Lane when police conducted a well-being check requested by the girl's mother, who told police her daughter had been absent from school after she had stayed the night at her father's home. The child's mother and father, police say, live separately and share custody of the girl. Police say preliminary information suggests the father took his daughter's life before taking his own. Mayor Lightfoot increasing pressure on the Chicago Teachers Union to agree to a plan to reopen the schools to in-person learning effective Monday.
City Health Commissioner Dr. Allison Arwady was there to assure parents that all the steps are being taken to make reopening the schools safe: masks, deep cleaning, air purifiers, and other precautions.
When these strategies are in place, school, other places where children get childcare and gather, is not a more dangerous place than being in the community. And in fact, it is often safer.
Mayor Lightfoot had a message for anxious parents.
To those who have expressed concern, I want you to know that we see you and we hear you, and we are working as hard as we possibly can to get a deal done, because we know that's in your best interest.
With a finite number of issues left to resolve, her message to the teachers union was pointed.
But let's do it. CTU, let's do it today. Let's get a deal done. Enough is enough.
Craig Dellamore, News Radio 105.9 FM.
At last report, the CTU had submitted a counter offer to the city, which was being considered. However, there's been no further updates on that part of the story. Meanwhile, a group of parents also say it's time to resume in-person learning in the schools.
At the very least, Chicago Parent Collective organizer Ryan Griffin says the group allows a forum for CPS parents to vent their growing concern surrounding the day-to-day uncertainty of their children's education.
Trying to just turn some of this frustration into something positive for parents to do, to at least see some of the frustration. And so far so good.
The group that started in mid-January, now numbering over 700 parents, at its greatest effect, says Griffin, is grabbing the attention of lawmakers and elected officials.
Especially sort of state reps and state senators are joining. I mean, I think we had a couple on the call that we hosted on Sunday.
Griffin says at the heart of this, the group's parents collectively feel CTU has too much control in their ability to shut down schools, and that there should be an elected school board with parent representation advocating for students. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 FM.
The Illinois Department of Public Health yesterday reported more than 3,300 new COVID-19 cases, as well as 69 additional virus-related deaths. The numbers are nearly identical to those the state reported on Wednesday. The case positivity rate for COVID-19 testing in Illinois over the previous 7 days fell by 0.1% to 3.4%. With bitter and potentially dangerous cold descending on the Chicago area for the next 2 or 3 days, Cook County has opened warming centers in various suburbs. The Department of Emergency Management says if people don't have enough heat in their homes, they should go to a warming center rather than try such things as using ovens, stoves, or barbecue grills to warm up their homes. Space heaters are acceptable as long as people keep them well away from anything that can catch fire, such as curtains, and turn them off when they're away from home or asleep. It's 10 minutes past the hour.
Join the millions who will get a flu shot this year. It's the best way to keep yourself and those around you healthy this flu season. And it may be no cost to you. Check with your doctor or pharmacy to get your flu shot today. Brought to you by Meridian.
Menards has the flooring you need to give your home a fresh look. Check out our great selection of Shaw flooring. Durable laminate flooring can be installed over most floors. Repel Cumberland laminate flooring is water resistant, making it good for any room in your home. Plus, it's available in 3 unique wood grain finishes. It's only $2.19 a square foot now at Menards. Sale prices are good through Saturday, February 13th.
Save big money at Menards.
Officials in Kane County are concerned about the reluctance of some first responders to get COVID-19 vaccines. Janet Sanchez, who chairs the committee of the Kane County Board that oversees the county's health department, says about half the police officers in the county have declined offers to get vaccinated. He says he's also heard similar numbers among the county's firefighters, especially younger ones.
My guess, and this is based on talking with residents and others, there's a lot of vaccine hesitancy out there because of a lack of education on the vaccine itself.
Sanchez says he hopes as more people are vaccinated and by educating first responders about the safety and benefits of the vaccine, more will agree to get their shots. Big companies are offering incentives to employees to get the COVID-19 vaccine, but that could present some legal issues.
Some major companies are offering employees extra pay if they get the COVID vaccine. Chicago-based employment attorney Brian Weinthal tells the WBBM Noon Business Hour that could be considered discriminatory against those who can't or won't get the vaccine. He adds the same legal issues apply to businesses that are considering a proof of vaccination before allowing employees back into the office.
If you're an employer that mandates a vaccine, you're naturally going to have people who offer up those same objections. Either I have a religious basis for which I can't get it, or alternatively, I have a potential disability that literally doesn't allow me to get the vaccine.
McDonald's, Olive Garden parent company Darden Restaurants, and Trader Joe's are just some of the companies offering to pay employees to get their COVID shot. Rob Hart, News Radio 105.9 FM.
As a clinical therapist, a West Suburban woman was part of Phase 1A, the first group eligible for the COVID vaccine, but she says she was turned away because she's breastfeeding her newborn son.
To have thought I was seconds away from like a historical moment to keep my community and my family safe, and to be told no.
Even though the CDC has said that women who are breastfeeding may choose to be vaccinated, Kate Race says when she showed up for her vaccine appointment at a Kane County health clinic, they told her they would not give her the vaccine.
I was very blunt of saying this is not going to keep me from the vaccine. I will find someplace else. And she started to say something. I said, I'm so sorry. Can you just tell me how to get out of here? And then I burst into tears.
Race says Kane County didn't initially include its vaccine policy on its website, but she says now they've included it. Steve Miller, News Radio 105.9 FM.
WBBM asked Kane County health officials to respond. They told the Tribune that they do not provide the vaccine to pregnant or lactating women, citing the lack of data.
Stay in the know on demand. Download the WBBM All Local podcast, updated several times each day from News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Every day, Doctors Without Borders teams confront hard facts in conflict and crisis zones. When others might look away, we step into act. Because measles still kills more than 100,000 children every year. We're there to vaccinate over 1 million worldwide, including those affected by the current outbreak in Democratic Republic of Congo. Because half of all maternal deaths occur during delivery or within 24 hours. We've assisted more than 1.4 million births around the world, including care for new mothers in Afghanistan. Because some countries only have 1 or 2 mental health professionals, we offer counseling and clinical care, providing over 400,000 mental health consultations worldwide last year, including care for migrants and refugees on the dangerous journey north from Central America. The fact is, your acts of care and compassion make our life-saving work possible. Picture the impact we can have together. DoctorsWithoutBorders.org.
It's starting to sound like driving trips are going to be popular again. In order to make your trips more enjoyable, we suggest 2 essential elements: the right passenger and the right vehicle. While we can't help with the passenger selection, we most certainly can with the vehicle choice. Close your eyes and listen for just a few moments. Ferrari. And if you don't have your first Ferrari or the latest Ferrari, we can help you with this selection. Please visit our website where you will view one of the best selections in the world of all years of Ferrari models. And Ferrari Financial Services is ready to help you with your selection through their creative finance and lease plans for approved applicants. So when you're ready, we're ready to help you with everything you need, except, of course, the co-pilot selection. Ferrari of Lake Forest by Mancuso, an automotive family since 1923. Specialists in the Ferrari ownership experience.
Now the AccuWeather 5-day forecast.
A winter weather advisory remains in effect. Early this morning, blustery and much colder with leftover clouds and some flurries. Still expect several slick spots due to the steadier snow that occurred prior to midnight. Blowing snow will also reduce the visibility below 11, but AccuWeather real field temperatures will drop to near 10 below. Blustery and quite cold later today. Clouds will break for some sun. High 17, but real fields will remain below 0. Brisk and bitterly cold tonight, below 3 above in Chicago, but it'll be below 0 in many outlying areas, and it'll feel like it's 15 below. Tomorrow, some sun followed by clouds, brisk and quite cold, the high 13. Real fields will remain below 0. There could be a period of snow or flurries later tomorrow and early tomorrow night. The low 8 below 0. Sunday, some sun followed by clouds. Brisk and very cold with a little snow in the afternoon. The high 7. Monday, very cold with snow possible. High 17. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Carl Babinsky on Chicago's weather station, News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
We have cloudy skies, light snow in places. Temperature is 17 degrees. The wind's west at 24. The current wind chill at O'Hare is 1 below. And now a look at sports. Here's Dave Kerner.
Well, the Blackhawks swept their record for the season at 4-4-4 after collecting a 6-4 win over Carolina at the United Center. They wind up splitting the 2 games. It was a 4-point night for Patrick Kane, a goal and 3 assists. Alex DeBrincat also collected a couple of goals. Kane is enjoying playing with a younger, different group.
Especially lately, it's been a fun group. You know, we've been pretty much in every game and battling, hanging around, whether it's good goaltending or timely scoring or just, trying to figure out our game. And now it's like, okay, we're in these games. Let's figure out how to win them.
Also from hockey, Colorado postponing at least their next 4 games through February 11th because of COVID-19 issues, including Gabriel Landeskog, who just went on the list. Sabres, Devils, and Wild, the other teams currently on pauses to the season because of COVID-19 numbers. The Bulls next to deal with Orlando on the road, but Otto Porter Jr. won't play in the first of the 2 games against the Magic because of recurring back issues. And to college basketball in the Big Ten, number 7 Ohio State over number 8 Iowa, 89-85. Rutgers getting by Minnesota, 76-72. Also number 1 Gonzaga over the Pacific, 76-58. And Belmont beats Eastern Illinois, 89-61. Belmont is now 19-1. With sports on your home of the Bears, Dave Kerner, News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Now with some overnight traffic information, here is Neil Fiorito.
Roadwork has been suspended due to weather. There is ongoing work that continues along the inbound side of the Dan Ryan at Roosevelt. It blocks the right lane until further notice. Also, you're down to a lane on the ramps from the Stevenson to the Dan Ryan Expressway. CTA, just a reminder, no Forest Park bound Blue Line trains between O'Hare and Rosemont through the overnight hours, and this continues until further notice. Joliet, the Jefferson Street Bridge over the Des Plaines River is closed for bridge work through April. Consider McDonough Street until then. You get traffic and weather together. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Light snow ending, windy, turning colder overnight, a low temperature of 11 degrees. Later today, it'll be blustery and much colder. Clouds breaking for some sun, a high of 17, wind chills below zero at times. Right now, light snow falling in spots, 17 degrees. The wind chill is 1 below. WBBM News Time, 19 minutes past the hour, and our top story right now on Capitol Hill. The House last night took action against one of its members known for controversial comments that she says have been taken out of context. We'll have more on this story coming up at 1:31. Also in the news, the death of a 1-year-old boy is at the center of the latest argument against the new criminal justice legislation in Illinois.
September 2019, Cassandra Tanner Miller's estranged husband, Christopher Miller, broke into her home in Joliet and strangled her.
While I was dying slowly, he went up the stairs and he shot my 18-month-old son, Colton, 10 times in his head.
And he killed himself. With the bill already through the legislature, Miller now appeals to the governor.
I beg you to actually think of all the little kids and the women and men that are sitting there that don't have their babies anymore.
Miller says the bill, ending cash bail, among other things, makes life worse for victims, not better. At the Illinois Capitol, Dave Dahl. News Radio 105.9 FM.
Prosecutors in Lake County say they're considering seeking a life prison sentence if a Waukegan man charged with the murders of a husband and wife in Beach Park is convicted. Jim Newton, the spokesman for the Lake County State's Attorney, says that Timothy Triplett Jr. was indicted this week on murder charges for the shooting deaths of Carlos Rodas Perez and Mercedes Rodas. They had pulled into their garage on Wadsworth Road December 8th when investigators say Triplett shot and killed them. Newton explains why prosecutors are considering seeking a life sentence if Triplett is convicted.
After the indictment on Wednesday, prosecutors made the decision that because it was a double homicide in the local community, they would consider seeking a term of natural life in prison for Mr. Triplett.
Triplett's being held at the Lake County Jail on a bond of $5 million. He's scheduled to return to court for arraignment on Monday.
Several years ago, Mega did a complete tear-off on our roof and installed new siding, soffit fascia, gutters.
We are talking today with Mega customer Frank Stock of Woodridge.
We had Mega do some work prior, so she decided to call them and let them do the kitchen. We had a couple things done. We did a complete remodel of our kitchen. They added a patio door, a deck, and some roof repair. The kitchen was a complete gutting right down to the floor. Gentleman that did the work, Raul, he did an outstanding job. I was really, really happy with him. He was a hard worker, very conscientious. The bottom line is what the job looked like in the end, and it was great. My wife was very, very happy.
One Mega call does it all.
847-658-8989. 847-658-8989. Megapros.com.
One Mega call does it all.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is Sarah. How can I help?
I've been thinking.
What have you been thinking about?
I decided I should declutter more often because it's an important part of a balanced and healthy life.
Have you ever noticed that 1-800-GOT-JUNK has a question mark at the end of it?
Yes, I have noticed that.
We make junk disappear.